This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map. Tournament, Dustbowl, and of course we do have tip spikes right there in the middle of the map. In the north as the orange Zocom, it's MasterLeaf. And in the south as the yellow GDI, it's Senna. Senna versus MasterLeaf, and this is R15 of 1.02 plus. This is not 1.03. So, well, you know, things might be a little bit more straightforward, although, honestly, Zocom and GDI 1.03 would probably look pretty similar to this, at least until we get towards that late game. And then, you know, we might be seeing some Marvs. And, of course, with Zone Raiders in them, the Marvs may very well have a bit of an advantage on one side, but we'll have to see if we actually get to that Zone Raider action. MasterLeaf will win the... Okay, he almost loses the tip spike fight here with this extra rifleman squad sneaking by, but MasterLeaf did indeed go for 3 rifleman squads on one side and 1 rifleman squad on the other side. Senna not committing as much, and that will result a slightly faster refinery and war factory for Senna. So he is going to be, you know, maybe a little bit ahead in that sense, but the tip spike is nice to have long term. And if MasterLeaf is able to sneak out an APC and an engineer over there onto the right side of the map, then he may very well be set up with some very nice 2-spike bonus for himself. Going to be coming in here with a rifleman squad for a scout. A little bit later of a second refinery there for Senna. And the backup of the MCV for MasterLeaf going to be heading on to the left side of the map for his natural expansion. And so far, everything's looking pretty normal. The only thing is, I guess Senna doesn't, without as many scouting squads, he doesn't have quite as good of intel on MasterLeaf and what MasterLeaf is doing. But in this case, that's really nothing to worry about. MasterLeaf just getting his eco up and rocking and expanding. And I mean, their expansion timings for this being very close to a mirror matchup, everything else is pretty darn mirrored about it as well, with just slight differences between GDI and Zocom. MasterLeaf with that scout, always keeping him honest. MasterLeaf was for a little while doing this. He was going for this eco boom kind of style, which was like he was just going crazy with refineries and harvesters. He doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. At the time, he was a little bit convinced that it was completely unstoppable. And I don't know that he's quite doing that so much these days. Although MasterLeaf does develop all sorts of interesting strategies or styles, and then sometimes they stick around and sometimes they fall a little bit out of fashion. It's going to be rock APCs, and MasterLeaf is very comfortable to do that just because he does indeed have it, that scouting information. And he has a good eye on exactly what Senna is doing. Senna's going Preds to the left side of the map. Kind of aggressive here for Senna. MasterLeaf may end up getting catching out this first pit bull of Senna's and getting kind of a free kill on that. APCs with rockets will be able to overwhelm 1 Predator tank, but 2 Predator tanks and an APC. MasterLeaf is finding himself a bit out of depth. The APC targeting is what MasterLeaf is going to be going for, trying to do as much damage as he can, but he doesn't even get that APC. APC will pull away. That guy doesn't even have anything inside of it. And MasterLeaf, he's continuing to eco up, but he's also going to have a little bit of pressure to worry about. Shouldn't be too much for him to handle. Right into the command post, and MasterLeaf does actually grab the right side spike as well. So he gets the cashback bonus on both of them, and yeah, I don't know what Senna is planning over here on the left side. This is not enough of a force to do anything of significance to MasterLeaf at this point. MasterLeaf had a long time to prep for that, even so much that he's called in transports. He's got the armory there, and by called in transports, I mean called in reinforcements. He's got the armory there, getting most likely those tip field suits up and running. Predator tanks driving through the middle of the map. Senna, maybe when he realizes he lost out on both of those tip spikes, he'll be a little bit upset, but this is about as gentlemanly of a game as you could ask for. Nice snipe on that engineer by MasterLeaf will be denying the cap of that tip spike and just makes that even more costly for Senna to try and pull off. The Armory does take a good bit of damage, but of course not enough to kill it off, and most likely MasterLeaf will be able to heal that up quite nicely. Tier 2 out for both players, AP ammo on the way, and Tier 3 up and running for Senna. And it looks like Senna has also finished up AP ammo as well, so he's a little bit ahead in that sense against MasterLeaf. MasterLeaf on the offensive, but with hammerheads and base defenses, Preds, and rocket squads, I don't think this is going to be really a breakable position here for Senna. Senna might not want to meet the army out there. He might want to, fight more under the power of these watchtowers and where the repairs are a little closer. Meeting the army out in the open field isn't always the best idea, but it does force MasterLeaf away, and, well, right into the Marv. That's, of course, going to be before the third field setup, so a little bit fast on the Marv for Senna. MasterLeaf, on the other hand, delaying his Reclamator hub and delaying that higher tech. He did go for the airfield, but no Tier 3 out on the field for MasterLeaf. He's instead going for that third base, and he's going to get himself some AA over there as well before even getting that refinery up and running. Orcas through the middle of the map somewhere, but MasterLeaf hasn't quite sent them all the way into the back of Senna's base to go for some kind of an attack. Senna, this is, all right, we'll see how this works out. He is foregoing the option of the safe expansion, and instead he is going to be trying to contest MasterLeaf's expansion. Is MasterLeaf going to go for the kill on the engineers? No, he's not. He was going for an additional harvester there. He does clean up 2 harvesters with his Zorkas, and the railgun and the 2 engineers do hop inside of that Marv for Senna. So Senna's up and rolling with that Marv. He's going to probably try and Marvist the field on the right and then contend this field on the left. I think these Zone Raiders are actually supposed to be inside of that Marv. He may have misrallied, but no, he does have a second group over here. So this is how Senna is going to try and compete with MasterLeaf. Laser field goes up immediately, and honestly, in this situation, Senna really should have a second MCV so he can drop down a sonic emitter right away. He might not quite have the cash to do that. Ox Transport's getting called in for reinforcements as a couple of rifleman squads and a couple of rocket squads get eliminated before they even show up. Orca's going to be able to do some nice damage to these APCs and the Preds, and this is kind of a low-tech army to be trying to get anything really done. Funnily enough, the base defenses from MasterLeaf actually aren't terrifying. It's just anti-air, and they don't even have the upgrades just yet. I was really expecting there to be a little bit more here for MasterLeaf. He is going to be able to EMP that sonic emitter, locking it down, and once these Orcas come back to the front line, there will be even less stuff here for MasterLeaf to have to deal with. The sonic emitter comes back online. The EMP chain is not good enough, and MasterLeaf's front line is taking some damage, but he's got more EMP Grenadiers making their way to the front line. He should be able to shut down a lot of these vehicles, and, well, he's kind of getting slaughtered here on the front line with the help of that sonic emitter. At the same time, Senna making good work of, good use of his Marv, harvesting up a big chunk of that field, and now the Orcas are here. They should be able to deal with that Juggernaut no problem, and the sonic emitters should get EMP'd here by MasterLeaf. He may not actually have enough Grenadiers to keep locking that down. That's what we want to see. Those EMP chains are the thing that MasterLeaf needs. And am I missing something? Are there like a ton of hammerheads or orcas that MasterLeaf is defending against with his 4 AA batteries that I'm totally missing? Because MasterLeaf could be dropping basically literally anything else to help deal with this army better than those AA batteries are. I know he got the airfield, but he doesn't actually have the airfield in anymore. Senna is, MasterLeaf has spent a bunch of money on these AA batteries and not really gotten anything out of them. Juggernaut's getting sniped again and again. The repairs not fast enough to keep the other Juggernaut alive when it gets recovered from the husk. And MasterLeaf's defense definitely falling down a little bit here. He's going to be sending one single Predator tank forward, not necessarily going to be able to do a whole lot with it, and it's mostly just up to these Orcas. He does have a ticking clock going to be closing in on his original main base, and I don't know what his real solution to that Marv problem is going to be other than getting his own Marv. He's got 8 Zorkas, so this actually is a ton of damage output that he has, and by the way, that armory never actually did get healed up, so another Orca strike would actually finish it off if Senna decided to go for that. Senna, I don't know that he can really finish the game off with what is here on the left side of the map. He's going to pretty much just be relying on his Marv, but EMPs and Zorkas may actually be able to deal with that Marv without too many losses from MasterLeaf. And still nothing on the front line here from MasterLeaf. Predator tanks have actually formed up a little bit of a hit squad, and now MasterLeaf is going to have to try and find something else to do with this. Those riflemen, or those rocket squads inside of that building getting a kill on a harvester. And the Marv marches on forward. No EMP Grenadiers in sight. MasterLeaf, with no easy way to shut down that Marv, is going to find himself a little bit troubled by it destroying all of his infrastructure. Zorkas are going to show up, and they will get some good damage off on it. As you can see, a couple of fully loaded Zorkas do a lot of damage to a Marv, but EMP would make that even better, just shutting it down in between those. Another watchtower comes up for Senna, and a little bit of a stalemate over here on the left side. EMP does lock down one of the watchtowers, and the Zorka is going to be continuing to press forward here on the left side instead of dealing with the Marv. MasterLeaf is apparently okay with just buying time with all of these buildings up here, keeping the Marv off of his back a little bit here. And because Senna's entire plan was, Marvest the field on the right and try and harvest the field on the left, he doesn't have a whole lot else going on. He kind of ran out of steam when his Marv stopped running over that field, and now he's trying to figure out how to end this game, considering that his pressure at the front didn't quite work out. EMP's finally locking down the Marv and rebuilding your Tier 2 just to make sure that it doesn't get sniped at an inopportune time is the best thing that MasterLeaf has come up with. But the Marv will go down, and the Zorkas did a significant portion of that damage. Those EMPs also helping out significantly. But now it's do or die here on the left side of the field for Senna. MasterLeaf able to handle the pressure well enough. It was looking scary there in the middle, but these AA batteries have done nothing. It was looking scary there in the middle for MasterLeaf, but Senna actually didn't have anything to really push on forward, and it was really just round after round of Zocom Orca bombing runs. And I mean, the ceramic armor really helping out in that case as well, giving them a bit more survivability. But as it turns out, 6 or 8 Zorkas are a powerful force to be reckoned with. And MasterLeaf still with this double command post play. I don't know that it's really doing anything for him at this point, but he's got 2, so you might as well keep 2. And this Harvester getting pulled off the line for healing, but hasn't ever been put back on the line, back to work since then. Still no airfield out from Senna. All of these anti-air defenses for MasterLeaf, but not doing a whole lot for him. I guess they are absorbing damage. Oh my gosh, those Orcas take so much fire before they actually go down. MasterLeaf, somewhat inadvertently, maybe somewhat on purpose, perfectly rotating all of his Orcas so they don't eat too many shots, and none of them went down, but most of them were at about half health. And Senna, again, with that Marv play, he kind of backed himself into a corner. He never got anything up and running over here on the right side of the map. He was supposed to just Marvest that field and then use that to fuel some kind of an army over here, but his army over here stalled out, and goodbye MCV. If those Orcas get anywhere near it while it was unpacked, or while it was packed up, it would be absolutely dead. 2 APCs go down. A little bit of a burst mode there from MasterLeaf, and just destroying those APCs with that burst on those Orcas. Zone Shatterer here on the front line, and once again the APCs get eaten up by MasterLeaf. Great unit control, keeping those Orcas alive and doing so much damage with them. Senna has been defeated in a bit of a drawn-out stalemate here on the left side of the map, but he had no steam, and part of that was, after that Marv, he never was able to secure that Tiberium field. And yeah, Senna dragging behind after, the first couple of minutes. He was a little bit slower in the uptick of his economy to begin with. And then MasterLeaf, he was the one who was actually harvesting from the fields. And right in the middle, I guess, there was a bit of a Marvest uptick. Maybe that's what that is there. And after that, he just did not have very much economy going on. That will do it. MasterLeaf with some great control of Zocom to get absolutely efficient units on the field. And that will do it for this game. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for watching. And this is Sybert signing out.